Coming up, a Georgia woman fights to get a photo ID. Details on how the recent SPLOST will be spent in your area.
And a guilty plea for two of the Dowdery siblings. Your News Valdosta starts now. Welcome to News Valdosta. I'm Sabir Muhammad.
And I'm Cam Copeland. As the presidential race draws near, Republicans have intensified their criticism of President Barack Obama's foreign policies. Mitt Romney and President Obama are slated to hold their first presidential debate Wednesday night in Denver, and recent polls show a tight race in spite of Romney's recent comments stating that 47% of Americans are government freeloaders. The Republican Party has brought up many questions regarding the handling by the president of the last month's attacks on an American post in Libya, and also the U.S. responses to the nuclear ambitions of Iran President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad.
An elderly Georgia woman says all she wants is a picture ID, but new rules on driver's licenses and state-issued IDs are making it a difficult process. As Joanne Merrigan reports, she's having to literally prove who she is.
That's all, a Georgia ID, that's all I want.
You heard it. 88-year-old Geneva Lee just wants a picture ID.
They keep giving me the runaround. So I filled out papers.
But after several months of trying, it's frustrating.
This has been going on since June, and it's ridiculous.
Because even though she has a lot of paperwork, she doesn't have a birth certificate.
They only go back as far as 1940.
Mrs. Lee was born in 1924 in Savannah when birth certificates weren't commonplace. She was raised in New York and got a Social Security card by using school records. But a Social Security number and a former New York ID card are not enough under the new rules in Georgia.
I just don't think it's fair. It's, she's like 15 months away from being 90 years old.
Lee's daughter, Sabrina Stewart, says they've written to get verification of her mother's Social Security number, received a form back from Kansas City, but it wasn't enough.
This verifies who she is. This should work. They said they're not taking that. If a person does not have a birth certificate and the Social Security is giving you this information, what is the problem?
The Department of Driver Services says the new rules are from the federal Real ID law, but some have questioned why the state decided now was the time to implement them.
I do believe that has a lot to do with it. I do believe that.
Voting?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, I do believe that. It has a lot to do with it.
I had all these papers.
Mrs. Lee doesn't know what to think about all the delays, but sure wants her picture ID.
But there's something that's not right.
The Georgia Department of Driver Services suggested Lee and her daughter call the customer service number and promise to help. They say in some cases, a waiver can be issued if a birth certificate cannot be produced.
If SPLOST 7 passes, Valdosta citizens can expect a $20 million auditorium, a $15 million library, and an outdoor amphitheater, all in the 5 Points area. The 7th cycle of the special purpose local option sales tax is on the ballot November 6th. If it passes, the tax will bring in at least $150 million over 6 years to fund the new projects. Not only will the auditorium and library function in their traditional capacities, such as housing shows and literature, their design will also provide computer access, areas for public and private functions, and also space for outdoor activities. If SPLOST 7 is voted down, city officials say there is little hope for the projects.
Two of the three Dowdery siblings have pleaded guilty in a federal court to robbing a Valdosta bank last August. You may recall the infamous Dowdery family trio who tore a path of criminal devastation through Florida and South Georgia before leading police on a nationwide manhunt that ended violently in Colorado. The fugitives appeared yesterday in a federal court to answer for the charges against them. Two of the siblings, Ryan and Lee Grace, pleaded guilty to 1 count of bank robbery and 1 count of use of firearms during the commission of a crime. The hearing for the final member of the trio, Dylan Dowdery, has been delayed and yet to be rescheduled. The sentencing for Ryan and Lee Grace will take place on December 17th.
Coming up, flu shots are becoming more available. A teacher hires a hitman.
And we'll have your local weather. Stay with us.
Today is Saturday. Today is Saturday. Yeah. Salad on Saturday, fruit on Friday, throw a ball Thursday. Water Wednesday, touch your toes Tuesday. Let's move Mondays, while the snacks Sunday. All the healthy children eat well and move a lot. And move a lot. And move a lot. Eat well and move a lot.
60 minutes of physical activity a day and eating well can help get your child healthy. So keep them active and eating well every day.
Skip a rope Saturday, freeze tag Friday, tap dance Thursday.
Whole grains Wednesday, try a veggie Tuesday. Let's move Monday, split the sweet Sunday.
Eat well and move a lot. Today is Saturday. Yeah. Today is Saturday. All the healthy children, all the healthy children.
Get ideas. Get involved. Get going at letsmove.gov. That's letsmove.gov.
$7,000 high school students drop out every school day. That's a line of desks more than 4 miles long. We can keep students in school. Visit boostup.org and take the first step.
Welcome back to News Valdosta. I'm Cam Copeland.
And I'm Sabir Muhammad. South Georgia Medical Center will not hold its annual drive-through flu shot clinic this year due to the widespread availability of the vaccine. Marie Sims, the hospital community health promotions coordinator, said with the Lowndes County Health Department and local pharmacies offering low-cost, convenient flu shots, the need for SGMC to offer flu shots has decreased. The flu kills more Americans every year than all other vaccine-preventable diseases combined.
55-year-old teacher James Pepe was arrested last week for attempting to hire a hitman to kill fellow teacher Robert Meredith. Reports state the two were once friends until they worked together in Tampa at Strawberry Crest High School. After their relationship went south, James transferred to a different school and allegedly decided to find a gun for hire when he reportedly heard Robert was spreading rumors about him. James is currently being held without bail in Hillsborough County Jail.
A Georgia school system faces the second threat to its accreditation in 4 years. The Southern Association of Colleges and Schools sent a letter last week to Clayton County school officials warning that the system's accreditation could be revoked again if infighting among school board members and other concerns are not rectified. In 2008, Clayton County had the unflattering distinction of being the first public school system in the nation to lose accreditation in nearly 40 years.
A Georgia woman got a heartbreaking surprise for her 73rd birthday. Her home was burned while she was away celebrating with family. Eva Childers was at a family gathering Saturday when neighbors called to say her house in Cherokee County was on fire. Childers says she was just glad her son and granddaughter, who shared the home, were not caught there when it caught fire. Investigators are still trying to determine what caused the blaze.
Taking a look at your local weather, this evening the chance of rain drops 20% with a low of 64. Expect showers tomorrow morning with a high of 86.
Coming up, a sorority helps raise breast cancer awareness. Valdosta State gets involved with table tennis.
And Wild Adventures Theme Parks gets ready for Halloween. Stay with us.
Danse, balance, suis la cadence, ondule bien tes hanches, au bal du dimanche. Danse, que la fête commence, dans ma belle robe blanche, je suis ton chou.
You didn't give up on sex. Don't give up on birth control either. There are more methods than you think. Find yours at bedsider.org.
Thank you for calling your GED Pep Talk Center. All right, now, are you ready for your GED Pep Talk?
Being nervous is okay. It just shows that you're serious about getting your diploma.
All right, listen, we all need a little nudge sometimes. I don't function without coffee in the morning, but it is going to take more than a double mochaccino to help you here.
A lot of things are scary. Heck, I'm scared of clowns.
No quiero oír. Danny, no lo puedo hacer. Quiero oír. Danny, lo voy a hacer.
DMC, liking your pep talk style.
Just keeping it real, Debs. Just keeping it real.
Louder! Louder! I'm gonna get my GED! Come on! Get your GED! Can you keep it down, brother? Thanks.
Whatever motivation you need, we've got a pep talk for you. Get your GED pep talk and find free classes at yourged.org.
Welcome back to News Valdosta. I'm Sabir Muhammad.
And I'm Cam Copeland. In order to help raise awareness and money for breast cancer, Zeta Tau Alpha sorority will be holding a comedic male beauty pageant known as Big Man on Campus. The event will be held tonight at 6:30 in the Mathis City Auditorium. Each sorority and fraternity will submit a representative contestant for an entry fee and put on a show. Tickets cost $5 at the door unless you bring 2 canned goods. Then the price is $3. Everyone is welcome to attend.
Governor Nathan Deal's Complete College Georgia initiative created a plan to increase the number of Georgia students earning college degrees. Currently in Georgia, only 42% of young adults have a college education. This program is expected to help increase the college completion rate in the state. A study completed at Georgetown University last year showed that within the next decade, 60% of jobs in Georgia will require some college education or training.
This weekend, Valdosta State University hosted the NCTTA preseason matchups for the Florida Division of Collegiate Table Tennis. Stiga sponsored the event as several schools participated. Florida State and the University of North Florida were represented at the tournament, with Valdosta State and Florida finishing as the top 2 teams.
First of all, we've never been down here, and so we play in the same division. So NCTTA has different divisions, and VSU, Valdosta State, and Florida State, they play in the same division. And so right now it's like a preseason matchup because the real tournament's happening at Florida State on November 3rd. So this is a preseason, get together.
Valdosta State is looking forward to hosting the tournament next year.
Valdosta's Wild Adventures theme park has started its Halloween festivities. Starting this month, the park will feature the attraction Terror in the Wild. Participants can choose different Halloween-themed events, from a haunted trail to a spooky corn maze. This event will be active every Friday and Saturday night in October, starting around dusk and ending at 11.
Thanks for watching News Valdosta. I'm Cam Copeland. Have a great day.